tuning in. This is optibotimus coming with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Flip and Change Lockdown. I really dig these quick, kind of gimmicky Transformers. I really enjoyed the Smash and Change Optimus. The Flip and Change Grimlock was still pretty fun despite not being the best, I don't think. But we're getting a lot more of these in terms of the Flip and Change. We got Lockdown. There's also a Bumblebee. And just today I picked up Drift. So there's a bunch of these. You got the same packaging here with the Transformers logo in text over here. You got the Transformers 4 logo down here. On the side, you got Lockdown with his face. One thing that you're noticing here is he doesn't actually have his face. He has his kind of mask that he basically had in the movie, and then it would transform away, and then you would see his regular face. It's like a space mask or something like that. Come around here to the back, you see the instructions basically there. You also have them kind of down here. There is 5 steps basically, although I don't see how the 5th step is him being done, or the first step being there. It's like that should be 1, that should be 2, that should be 3. So I don't get why there's 5. But you see Bumblebee Grimlock also available. You got Lockdown in his robot mode, and then his Lamborghini something or other. I'll look it up and I'll figure out what that is. But I really like the way the car looks. So for the packaging, that's about it for the guy. So without further ado, let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Okay, so here we have the Flip and Change Lockdown open up and out of his packaging. And in toy form as well as the movie version, he's a Lamborghini Aventador. Except he isn't this color in the movie. This is a kind of gunmetal gray-ish color. The movie, he was black, like a very dark matte black, which apparently is roughly about a $14,000 upgrade if you want it on the real car. But I guess if you're buying a Lamborghini, who cares about an extra $14,000? I think he looks incredible. Vehicle mode, here you got these big ugly joints right here. They kind of stick out. Probably would have been a little bit better if it was colored like the rest of them. He's got these black tires. You got this pretty good metallic blue here on the back section. Got a Decepticon logo. You got some headlights. There's no taillights or anything. He rolls very nicely, as a car should. Now, this guy is a little bit more than, for example, the Smash and Change Optimus or the Flip and Change Grimlock even. Now, I'm not going to sit here and trash him like some other reviewers have done, but he really isn't all that good in terms of showcasing that Flip and Change gimmick. He's a little bit more of a pain in the butt to do, to be totally honest. Now, I'm going to angle up just a little so that we can see things a little bit more. And first transformation, first what you do, well, that lifts up if you touch that a little bit funny. You come around here to the back, you take these, you have to detach this. Then it kind of loosens everything up. You open it up just like so, and then basically what you do is you rotate them around, and it's kind of, it's always a pain in the butt to get them going at first. Oh, there we go. There we are. Part of the problem that you're seeing is that his head occasionally will get stuck here. If I get him back in vehicle form and then give it a nice little spin, you can see that it does sort of come out. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. And then you need to rotate these around. These push in just to kind of lock them into place. Kind of get that in there on that side as well. It's not easy to do. You got to push it. And then just bring these down. You can angle these however you want. It's personal preference, but there he is. And he's actually a fairly back heavy kind of guy. You can see he's got a pretty big backpack here that kind of weighs him down. It's, you know, let's see if I bring his arms up, that might help counterbalance him, and it really doesn't. So it really is a bit unfortunate. I'll put him back here so he's a bit on an angle so he actually does stand. It's not terrible, but again, when the gimmick is a flip and change, you flip him and he's supposed to fully transform, that's one thing that kind of stinks. You can like put the head back like here, bring these arms up to go back to his vehicle mode. You have to tab these in, bring them up like so, tab these, because if you don't tab them now, it's kind of a pain in the butt to do it when you're doing it in when you have him in his robot mode. So all this preparation to transform him again kind of defeats the purpose of having that whole gimmick. So then you take that out, then you rotate, or well, that's the wrong way, you spin it around, that locks down, you bring it in, that's basically it. You tab everything together, and you lock that in, and you have him, no, see, I didn't even push that all the way in, and you have him back in his vehicle mode. And again, that works pretty decently, but when you want to go to the robot mode, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just, sometimes you're poking and hoping, and there you see, the head came out that time. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's the biggest thing with the guy. I just keep spinning, but you can see that it got stuck right there. It's like his chin gets caught on stuff. So once you get that all the way around, see, and the head barely comes out. We're just going to keep spinning and rotating. There's his head right there. Just tuck that all the way in. Bring these up and lock it together. Like I said, it's not bad. I really don't think it is. It's not as good as the other ones. It is fun just to do. I mean, I will say that. I do have fun doing it. And there is his head coming out. So, I mean, that does work pretty decently. And like I said, you just push these little bits in on the side, slotting those blue bits here on the tabs here. Bring this down. It's just one of those things where it kind of throws me off because the gimmick is supposed to be this. And it's a little bit harder to really enjoy it when you're constantly fiddling with things. Now I'm trying to zoom in a little bit because I have to have him on the rounded part here of my table. First articulation, his head has nothing. His shoulders move forward and back. They also rotate up here at the shoulder. He bends at the elbow. I guess you could say that his wrists move in and out. So there is some articulation in it. Nothing here at the legs or anything. That's all just one piece. They do kind of spread out a little bit, but that's about it. And then you got this. It's a little bit weaker here, and that's what's basically giving him a hard time standing on my table. He just wants to lean back. So, I mean, I do like it. It's not as good. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not as good as the previous flip and change, or even the smash and change, I guess. Well, the smash and change isn't really fair to compare because it's a different sort of gimmick. But I mean, it's not overly terrible to do it. I just always forget which way to spin it around, and his head usually gets stuck. So what I'll a lot of times do, just take his head, put it back like that, then, no, wrong way, then do it. And then that tucks his head in, so you can bring this around, tuck this, fold this in, boom, you're done. So is it worth it? Honestly, it's hard for me to say yes because it's a $20 figure. It is pretty big. I mean, you can see just how big this is. I mean, and that tends to flop up. I mean, here's my hand. I mean, it is a fairly big vehicle. So, I mean, I'm more on the $15 side, but 20 bucks really isn't, I don't think, too ridiculous on the price. But 15, I would be a lot more happy with them. But honestly, that's true with all the flip and change figures. Luckily for me, I got this at Toys R Us where it was a buy one, get one half off. So I got him as well as Bumblebee for 30 bucks. So that works out to be about 15 bucks a piece. So I was happy at that price point. So if you could find it on sale or some kind of discount like that, I would consider it. Kids, I think, are going to like it just because it's a car that you can drive around with, but collectors obviously are not going to have much of an interest in something like this. But as always, if you're looking for your Age of Extinction figures and you can't find them at retail, go and click on the link down in the video description. You go to Big Bad Toy Store where they have all of them basically in stock, and they're ready to ship out, and you can add them to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me and find out all my recent purchases by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus or by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. I'd also encourage you to check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, as well as see what I have coming up for future release. And guys, I'd also really appreciate it if you like this review to please rate, comment, and share this video. Just don't say first. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later.